Welcome back to On the Rise, the latest Canadian men's national team news, and today was a huge day for Canadian football as we saw goal contribution galore, from Jayden Nelson to Stefan Eustaquio and Tajon Buchanan all getting involved on the goals, and a couple performances from a couple dual nationals, and even a Luke de Figueroa's appearance on the bench for Fulham today. A very exciting day, and we're here to break it all down, guys. Before we do, make sure you drop down below, hit that sub button, drop a like, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments on all the action from today. But we're jumping straight into it with Stefan Eustaquio's FC Porto side, as FC Porto have pulled away in a 2-0 victory over Vizela, with Taremi scoring in the 22nd minute, but Stefan Eustaquio having another unbelievable performance for FC Porto and taking away as my performer of the day for the CanMNT Stars, as Stefan Eustaquio managed a goal in the 44th minute, but not just that, walking away with the Man of the Match award, having an 8.2 match rating and scoring an absolutely phenomenal goal. Stefan Eustaquio is playing with absolute confidence and he is strutting his stuff. And now with 2 goals in back-to-back games for FC Porto, Stefan Eustaquio is absolutely balling. Today, dancing through the midfield and scoring a wand of a goal, a wonder strike with his left foot, top bins for FC Porto. We saw goals, bangers galore in the CPL final, and Stefan Eustaquio continued that for FC Porto, going 90 minutes for FC Porto today and picking up a Man of the Match award with an 8.2 match rating, scoring a goal in 2 shots with an XG of 0.49. Absolutely incredible. Also having an 80% accurate passing for 49 out of 61, but also creating the most chances in this match, as creating 2 chances as well. This is why for the CanMNT, we gotta find a way to get a 6 or have someone who can sit back and hold that role and let Stefan Eustaquio be free to do what he does best, as he is with Porto. Score, create chances, get further up the pitch as a number 8, a box-to-box, as he is doing absolute wonders with FC Porto. As well, having 72 touches throughout the 90, having the likes of 5 passes into the final third, and defensively winning 6 duels throughout the match and having 4 recoveries, as well as winning 2 fouls. And Stefan Eustaquio was absolutely brilliant today, guys. Like I said, that Man of the Match award, now scoring 2 goals in back-to-back matches. Of course, the last one coming in Europe, and this one coming in a very big performance in Leganes, and a huge performance for FC Porto. You could see the joy on him when he did score that goal, pointing up and kissing the stars as Pepe gave him a massive hug, and he is won over those FC Porto fans, and he is a huge part and by far the biggest part in this CanMNT side, and we have to figure out a way to unlock him in our midfield. But moving on, because there was so much more action, and my second performer of the day came in Norway, in Jayden Nelson, another player who won Man of the Match today, as Jayden Nelson's side Rosenborg went on a 3-1 victory against Valernaga, and this was a huge game for Jayden Nelson, as he managed a goal in the 14th minute, and a very good goal at that, linking up beautifully in the midfield, having a nice 1-2 pass as he did follow his run through and making a beautiful darting run into the box and finishing it, slotting it past the goalkeeper in a beautiful fashion, as Jayden Nelson managed a goal in the 14th minute, having an 8.3 match rating, but not just that, also getting an assist. Jayden Nelson is absolutely electric, and he is a player that I can't believe Toronto FC didn't get to his full ability. At 21 years old, playing at left wing, this is why I preach Canada needs to play a 4-3-3. You look at our best players, whether it's Alphonso Davies, Jayden Nelson, Theo Corbeanu, Liam Millar, Tajon Buchanan. We have some phenomenal wingers, and they are electric with pace and ability at getting forward. And our only players right now who are scoring are the likes of Stefan Eustaquio, Jayden Nelson, and are those wingers. And we got to find a way to get these wingers involved. And Jayden Nelson, for me, is a player who needs to get that call up in November. He is absolutely electric today, guys. Going 8.3 match rating on FootMob. Going 73 minutes for Rosenborg in their 3-1 victory. Having a goal and assist, as well as 3 for 3 accurate shots, 35 touches, and also 3 passes into the final third, and of course winning 2 fouls, which is something you get with Jayden Nelson with those tricky quick feet, always going to win you a foul, especially with his phenomenal dribbling ability. But moving away from the Norwegian First Division all the way to Belgium, where Club Brugge and Tajon Buchanan had a huge match facing off against Royal Antwerp today, where Tajon Buchanan's side stole a late victory against Royal Antwerp, having a 2-1 win with a Hans van Aken goal in the 90th minute, as Tajon Buchanan lined up at right back, having another phenomenal appearance, and this is now back-to-back assists for a Canadian right back, who is now back absolutely flourishing once again in this Ronny Deila side, as he went for a 7.8 match rating as my third performer of the day, guys. And wrapping that up, of course, Eustaquio number 1, Jayden number 2, and now Tajon Buchanan as my third performer of the day. 7.8 match rating, having an assist in a huge performance, going 90 minutes. And also, you might not look at the stat, but having 86% accurate passes, 30 for 35, is huge for a forward-thinking right back who is always looking to progress the ball. Is absolutely unbelievable. Going 60 touches and 2 passes into the final third, but defensively also becoming very good, winning 5 for 8 ground duels, as he did win 6 duels throughout the entire match, including aerials, and winning 3 fouls. Like I said with Jayden Nelson and a lot of our Canadian players, they're so quick, so fast, and so good with their dribbling ability. They are so good at winning fouls, and that is what Tajon Buchanan did here today, winning 3 fouls for Club Brugge. And the more fouls you win, the more trouble that you will put under your opponents to, of course, accumulate cautions throughout the match, and he did so with Yusuf picking up 1 in this match. And Tajon Buchanan is absolutely back, 2 assists in back-to-back matches, as his Club Brugge side are absolutely flying. And we did get a Canadian who I think we gotta get cap-tied in CD Leganes. So Diyaeddine Abzi enter and was available off the bench, but did not get an appearance today for CD Leganes, as they did manage to beat Villareal, so B-side 1-0. And if you got any questions about Diyaeddine Abzi, guys, make sure to drop them down below in the comments, because he is a dual national that I think we need to cap tie, and I'll try to come out with a video on him very soon. But moving away from Spain, we had LOSC Lille and AS Monaco going head-to-head, as Jonathan David was available off the bench, and he did take part, coming in the 72nd minute, only having a 5.8 match rating, but this was a game where the game was really already gone, as LOSC Lille won this 2-0 over AS Monaco in a huge victory for Lille that sees them soar up the Ligue 1 table, now sitting in 4th place, only 2 points behind AS Monaco, while they now are 3 points behind PSG and sit 4 back of number 1 spot in OGC Nice, with a huge 2-0 victory as Jonathan David got a few minutes off the bench. But moving now to the likes of Milan Borjan. Milan Borjan is still starting. He's still playing in Europe in a very decent league for a very good side in terms of the club. And he did have a big performance here, as Slovan Bratislava went in a 4-0 victory over FC Kosice, as Milan Borjan managed a clean sheet, as his side got a huge victory here today. And it was a good performance from Milan Borjan, as his side continue to move on with a big victory, putting them at the top of the table firmly by a point with a game in hand. But also, there is still a couple of more Canadians in action, with a couple of them having action in Sweden, with Marco Bustos' side getting to play on a 3-1 victory over Kalmar FF, as IFK Varnamo took a 3-1 win over Kalmar FF. Marco Bustos was available off the bench, but did not feature for IFK Varnamo in this match. Marco Bustos has been getting consistent minutes. Yes, he did not get to start or play this match, but he has been a very consistent player for IFK Varnamo this season, and of course, one of those huge players who have flourished from the CPL. But also, another massive match in Sweden, as Derek Cornelius got the start for his Malmo FF side today, as they won 1-0 over IFK Norrkoping, And this was a huge win, as this puts Malmo FF and Derek Cornelius now back at the top of the table, as they are now on 28 matches played, sitting with a goal differential of 36, but on 61 points, a point ahead of Elfsborg, who sit in 60 points with a game in hand, and BK Haken are down below on 54 points. This is really becoming a two-team race, as Malmo FF are really getting a chance to win this title, which would be huge for Derek Cornelius in his first season with Malmo FF, who went the full 90, having a 7.1 match rating, getting involved on 86 touches, but defensively a absolute rock, having 4 clearances, 4 headed clearances, 3 interceptions, 5 recoveries, and 8 defensive actions. Derek Cornelius is by far the best Canadian center back we currently have, and Alistair Johnson is up there as well. But we also saw another Canadian in the likes of Norway, sticking around that Nordic region, as we saw Patrick Metcalfe's side get a one goal in a 2-1 defeat to Mjondalen, as Fredrikstad fell to 1. And of course, we did not see much of Patrick Metcalfe, who was available today. And unfortunately, this wasn't a match for Fredrikstad where they did pull away with a victory, but Patrick Metcalfe did go the full 90. It wasn't a game where we saw him get a goal contribution or a assist, but Patrick Metcalfe was still available on the match, and he did get the full 90. Unfortunately, with Fredrikstad, his club, falling 2-1. But moving to the Premier League to wrap up this video, guys. I'm trying to shorten these. I know they can become a bit longer and podcast style-y, but we're trying to make them a bit more shorter and just wrapping up today's news, as it was a action-packed day. I don't want to make these videos extremely long for you guys, but let me know your thoughts down below. The last 2 players for Canada in action, as Brighton and Hove Albion took on Fulham in the Premier League, but unfortunately, there's no Tom McGill to be seen on the bench for Brighton and Hove Albion, as we had the likes of Jason Steele in net and Bert Verbruggen in net, I guess, as their backup on the bench for Brighton and Hove Albion. But Fulham had another sighting of Luke de Figueroles, who was available off the bench for Fulham Football Club, but did not take to the pitch. It would have been very exciting to see LDF take to the pitch, especially after just yesterday we saw Bristol City give a debut to Jamie Knight-Labelle. But LDF was still available off the bench in an unbelievable day for Canadian football, with 2 back-to-back assists from Tajon Buchanan, 2 back-to-back goals from Stefan Eustaquio, and a Man of the Match award from Stefan Eustaquio, and of course Jayden Nelson with a goal and assist. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below. We are back on the channel. I have so much content coming, and I'm really looking forward to bringing it all back on the channel. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the match reaction last night to the CPL final, and a bit shorter version of wrapping up the news from today. I'm trying to make it a bit quicker, dive into a couple big performances, dive into the intriguing matches, and sum up the rest. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Make sure to hit that sub button for all the best Canadian football content on the channel, as well as drop a like. It really helps me out and helps the videos, guys. But I'll see you guys all for the next one. Peace.